Alright, well, I'm gonna be starting something different today. I'm gonna start by reading, and I'm going to do this to force myself to read the rest of this book that I got. The Big Book of Cyberpunk. I've only read 2 stories so far, but I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I'm gonna reread some of these stories because the gernsback continuum, the one we're starting with today, probably one of my favorite short stories I've ever read. Now, let's get some ambient music in here. And I'll start. Mercifully, the whole thing is starting to fade, to become an episode. When I do still catch the odd glimpse, it's peripheral, mere fragments of Mad Dr. Chrome confining themselves to the corner of the eye. There was that flying wing liner over the San Francisco last week, but it was almost translucent. And the shark fin roadsters have gotten scarcer, the freeways discreetly unfolding themselves into gleaming 80-lane monsters. I was forced to drive last month in my rented Toyota, and I know that none of it will follow me to New York. My vision is narrowing to a single wavelength of probability. I've worked hard for that. Television helped a lot. I suppose it started in London, in that bogus Greek taverna in the Battersea Park Road, with the Lunch Cohen's corporate tab. Dead steam table food, and it took them 30 minutes to find an ice bucket for the Retsina. Cohen works for the Barris Watford, who published big trendy trade paperbacks. Illustrated histories of the neon sign in the pinball machine, the wind-up toys of occupied Japan. I'd gone over to shoot a series of shoe ads. California girls with tanned legs and frisky day-glow jogging shoes had capered for me down to the escalators of St. John's Woods and across the platforms of the Tooting Bec. A lean and hungry young agency had decided that the mystery of London transport would sell waffle tread nylon runners. They decide, I shoot. And Cohen, whom I knew vaguely from the old days in New York, had invited me to lunch the day before I was due to Heathrow. He brought along a very fashionably dressed young woman named Dialta Downs, who was virtually chinless and evidently a noted pop art historian. In retrospect, I see her walking in beside Cohen under a floating neon sign that flashes "This way lies madness" in huge sans serif capitals. Cohen introduced us and explained that Dialta was the prime mover behind the latest Barris Watford project. The illustrated history is what she called American Streamlined Modernity. Cohen called it Reagan Gothic. Let me see if I can position this book a little bit better. That might be good. Let's see. Where was I? Alright. Cohen called it Ray Gun Gothic. Their working title was The Airstream Futuropolis, The Tomorrow That Never Was. There was a British obsession with the more Baroque elements of American pop culture. Something like the weird cowboys and Indians fetish of the West Germans or the aberrant French hunger for old Jerry Lewis films. In Dialta Downs, this manifested itself in a mania for a uniquely American form of architecture that most Americans were scarcely aware of. At first I wasn't sure what she was talking about, but gradually it began to dawn on me. I found myself remembering Sunday morning television in the 50s. Sometimes they'd run old eroded newsreels as filler on the local station. You'd sit there with a peanut butter sandwich and a glass of milk. A static-ridden Hollywood baritone could tell you that there was a flying car in your future. And 3 Detroit engineers would putter around with this big old gnash and wings, and you'd see it rumbling furiously down some deserted Michigan runway. You never actually saw it take off, but it flew away to Dialta Downs. Never Neverland. Ow. But it flew away to Dialta Downs' Never Neverland, a true home for a generation of completely uninhibited technophiles. She was talking about those odds and ends of futuristic 30s and 40s architecture you pass daily in American cities without noticing. The movie marquee ribbed to radiate some mysterious energy. The dime store's faced with fluted aluminum, a chrome tube chair with gathering dust in the lobbies of transient hotels. She saw these things as segments of a dream world, abandoned in an uncaring present. She wanted me to photograph them for her. The 30s had seen the first generation of American industrial designers until the 30s. All pencil sharpeners had looked like pencil sharpeners, your basic Victorian mechanism, perhaps with a curlicue of decorative trim. After the advent of the designer, some pencil sharpeners looked as if they'd been put together in wind tunnels. For the most part, the change was only skin deep. Under the streamlined chrome shell, you would find the same Victorian mechanisms, which made certain kind of sense because the most successful American designers had been recruited from the ranks of Broadway theater designers. It was all a stage set, a series of elaborate props for playing at living in the future. I'm gonna take a little break here to comment on all this that we've read so far, because William Gibson is like basically considered to be a master at world building, and this is like some of the things that have really inspired me in the way that he's delivering some of this world building and some of this lore and the aesthetic that he's delivering in the way that he is. Like, a lot of these things are very relatable. Like, we know about these things, like the futuristic like design elements of the 30s and 50s and 60s and all that kind of stuff. We can immediately recognize those in the like jukebox restaurants and all that kind of stuff. And like obviously the Art Deco like aesthetic, as well as sort of bringing it into this believable, like, grounded area with the Dayglow jogging shoes, which were definitely like those neon shoes that they wore in the 80s and 70s and stuff. As well as just the very, very smooth, like, he's a photographer, and this is like sort of what started this whole journey here, this whole adventure of his, is some client wanted him to photograph architecture. And that's what started everything. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Over coffee, Cohen produced a fat manila envelope full of glossies. I saw the winged statues that guarded Hoover Dam, 40-foot concrete hoods leaning steadfastly into the imaginary hurricane. I saw a dozen shots of Frank Lloyd Wright's Johnson wax build. That is a big name. Frank Lloyd Wright's Johnson. Oh, wax building, juxtaposed with the covers of old amazing stories by an artist named Frank R. Paul. The employees of Johnson Wax must have felt as though they were talking to some of Paul's spray paint utopias. Wright's buildings looked as though they had been designed for people who wore white togas and lucite sandals. I hesitated over one sketch of a particularly grandiose, prop-driven airliner, all wing like a fat, symmetrical boomerang, with windows in unlikely places. Labeled arrows indicate the locations on the grand ballroom and 2 squash courts. It was dated 1936. This thing couldn't have flown. I looked at Dialta Downs. Oh no, quite impossible. Even with those 12 giant props, they loved the look, don't you see? New York to London in less than 2 days. First-class dining rooms, private cabins, sun decks, dancing to jazz in the evening. The designers were populists, you see. They were trying to give the public what it wanted. Even if... Oh, and what the public wanted was the future. I'd been in Burbank for 3 days, trying to suffuse a really dull-looking rocker with charisma. When I got the package from Cohen, it is possible to photograph what isn't there. It's damned hard to do, and consequently, a very remarkable talent. While I'm not bad at it, I'm not exactly the best either, and this poor gray, strained Nikon's and this poor guy strained my Nikon's credibility. I got out... Oh, maybe I need to change the... There we go, that's better lighting. That makes it better to see. Alright. Let me start from up there. It is possible to photograph what isn't there, although it's damned hard to do, and consequently, a very marketable talent. While I'm not bad at it, I'm not exactly the best either, and this poor guy strained my Nikon's credibility. I got out depressed because I do like to do a good job, but not totally depressed because I made sure I'd gotten the check for the job. And I decided to restore myself with some sublime artiness of the Barris Watford assignment. Cohen had sent me some books on the 30s design, more photos of streamlined buildings, and a list of Dialta Downs' 50 favorite examples of the style in California. Architectural philosophy can involve a lot of waiting. The building becomes a kind of sundial, while you wait for a shadow to crawl away from a detail you want, or for a mass and balance of the structure to reveal itself in a certain way. While I was waiting, I thought of myself in Dialta Downs' America. When I isolated a few factory buildings on the ground glass of the Hasselbald, they came across with a kind of sinister totalitarian dignity, like the stadiums of Albert Speer built for Hitler, but the rest of it was relentlessly tacky. Ephemeral stuff extruded by a collective American subconscious of the 30s, tending mostly to survive along depressing strips lined with dusty motels, matters, wholesalers, and small used car lots. I went for the gas stations in a big way. During the high point of the Downs' age, they put Ming and the Merciless in charge of the designing California gas stations. Favoring the architecture of his native Mongo, he cruised up and down the coast, erecting ray gun replacements with white stucco. Lots of them featured superfluous central towers, ringed with those strange radiator flanges that were a signature motif of the style, and which made them look as though they might generate potent bursts of raw technology. I shot one in San Jose before the bulldozers arrived, and drove right through the structural truth of the plaster and lathing cheap concrete. Think of it, Dialta Downs said, as a kind of alternate America, 1980 that never happened. An architecture of broken dreams. And that was my frame of mind, I said. Goddamn, my dyslexia is terrible. And that was my frame of mind. And that was my frame of mind as I made the stations of her convoluted socio-architectural cross in my red Toyota. How did I mess up frame of mind like 3 times, but socio-architectural is apparently just the easiest thing to say. Whatever, I'm not going to question my mind. And that was my frame of mind as I made the stations of her convoluted socio-architectural cross in my red Toyota. As I gradually tuned to her image of a shadowy America that wasn't, of Coca-Cola plants that beached submarines, and fifth-run movie houses like the temples of some lost sect that had worshipped blue mirrors and technology. And I moved among these secret ruins. I found myself wondering what the inhabitants of those lost futures would think of the world I lived in. The 30s dreamed of white marble and slipstream chrome, immortal crystal and burnished bronze, but the rockets on the covers of the gernsback pulps had fallen on the London in the dead of night. After the war, everyone had a car. No wings for it, and the promised superhighway to drive it down, so that the sky itself darkened and the fumes that the marble and the pitted crystal. What the fuck does any of this mean? And the promised superhighway to drive it down, so that the sky itself darkened and the fumes ate the marble and pitted the miracle crystal. And one day, on the outskirts of the Bolinas, when I was setting up to shoot the particularly lavish example of the Ming's martial architecture, I penetrated a fine membrane, a membrane of probability. Ever so gently, I went over the edge and looked up to see a 12-engined thing, like a bloated boomerang, all wheel, all wing, thrumming its way west with an elephant's grace. So low that I could count the rivets on its dull silver skin and hear, maybe, the echo of jazz. I took it to Kin, Merv Kin, freelance journalist with an extensive line of Texas pterodactyls, redneck UFO contractees, bush leak Loch Ness monsters, and top 10 conspiracies in the loonier reaches of American mass mind. It's good, Kiln said, polishing his yellow Polaroid, shooting glasses over the hem of his Hawaiian shirt, but it's not mental. Lacks the true quill. But I saw it, Mervyn. We were seated poolside in a brilliant Arizona sunlight. He was in Tucson, waiting for a group of retired Las Vegas civil servants whose leader received messages from them on her microwave oven. I'd driven all night and was feeling it. Of course you did. Of course you saw it. You've read my stuff, haven't you? Grasped my blanket solution to the UFO problem? It's simple. Plain and country simple. People. He settled his glasses carefully on his hawk nose and fixed me with the best basilisk glare he can. See, things. People see things. Nothing's there, but people see them anyway. Because they need to, probably. You've read Jung. You should know the score. In your case, it's obvious. You admit you were thinking about these crackpot architectures, having fantasies. Look, I'm sure you've taken your share of drugs, right? How many people survived the 60s in California without having the odd hallucinogen? All those nights when you discovered that whole armies of Disney technicians had been employed to weave animated holograms of Egyptian hieroglyphs into the fabric of your jeans, say. Or the times when... But it wasn't like that. Of course not. It wasn't like that at all. It was in a setting of clear reality, right? Everything normal, and then there's the monster. The Mandela. The neon cigar. In your case, a giant Tom Swift airplane. It happens all the time. You aren't even crazy. You know that, don't you? He fished a beer out of the battered foam cooler beside his deck chair. Last week, I was in Virginia, Grayson County. I interviewed a 16-year-old girl who had been assaulted by a barhead. A what? A bear head. The severed head of a bear. This barhead, you see, was floating around on its own little flying saucer. Looked kind of like hubcaps on Cousin Wayne's vintage caddy. Had red glowing eyes like two cigar stubs, and telescoping chrome antennas poking up behind its ears. He burped. It assaulted her? How? You don't want to know. You're obviously impressionable. It was cold. He lapsed into his bad southern accent, and metallic. It made electronic noises, and that is the real thing. The straight goods from the mass unconscious, friend. That little girl is a witch. There's no place for her to function in this society. She'd have seen the devil if she hadn't been brought up on the Bionic Woman and all those Star Trek reruns. She's clued into the main vein, and she knows what happened to her. I got out 10 minutes before the heavy UFO boys showed up with their polygraph. I must have looked pained, cause he set his beer down carefully beside the cooler and sat up. If you want a classier explanation, I'd say you saw a semiotic ghost. All these contactee stories, for instance, are framed in a kind of sci-fi imagery that permeates our culture. I could buy aliens, but not aliens that look like 50s comic art. They're semiotic phantoms, bits of deep cultural imagery that have split off and taken on a life of their own. Like the Jules Verne's airships and those old Kansas farmers. But you saw a different kind of ghost, that's all. The plane was part of the mass unconscious once. You just picked up on that somehow. The important thing is not to worry about it. I did worry about it, though. Kin combed his thinning blonde hair and went off to hear what they had to say over the radar range lately. And I drew the curtains in my room and lay down air-conditioned darkness to worry about it. I was still worrying about it when I woke up. Kin had left a note at my door. He was flying up north in a chartered plane to check out a cattle mutilation rumor. Muties, he called them. Another of his journalistic specialties. Take a quick drink. I had a meal. Showered and took a crumbling diet pill that had been kicking around at the bottom of my shaving kit for 3 years, and headed back to Los Angeles. As a side note, back in these times, diet pills were amphetamines, so he just took amphetamines, and an amphetamine pill that was like 3 years old, so probably expired, which, in realistic senses, probably doesn't actually really do much other than, what amphetamines already do. But, this is fiction, so bit of foreshadowing. The speed limited my vision to the tunnel of the Toyota's headlights. The body could drive, I told myself, while the mind maintained and swayed from the weird peripheral window dressing of amphetamine and exhaustion. The spectral luminous vegetation that grows out of the corners of the mind's eye, along with late-night highways. But the mind had its own ideas, and Kin's opinion of what I was already thinking had my sightings rattled, and endlessly through my head in a tight, lopsided orbit. I'm just gonna quickly scan through some of this. Alright. Who's Jesus Christ? Semiotic ghosts. Fragments of the mass dream, whirling past in the wind of my passage. Somehow this feedback loop aggravated the diet pill, and the speed vegetation along with the road began to assume the colors of the infrared satellite images, glowing shreds blown apart in the Toyota slipstream. I pulled over then. A half-dozen aluminum beer cans winked goodnight as I killed the headlights. I wondered what time it was in London, and tried to imagine Dialta Downs having breakfast in her Hampstead flat, surrounded by streamlined chrome figurines and books on American architecture. Desert nights in that country are enormous. The moon is closer. I watched the moon for a long time and decided that Kin was right. The main thing was not to worry. All across the continent, daily, people who were more normal than I'd ever aspired to be saw giant birds, big feet, flying oil refineries. Let's see, where was I? They kept Kin busy and solvent. Why should I be upset by a glimpse of the 1930s pop imagination loose over Bellinos? I decided to go to sleep, with nothing worse to worry about than rattlesnakes and cannibal hippies, safe amid the friendly roadside garbage of my own familiar continuum. In the morning, I'd drive to Nogales and photograph the old brothels, something I'd intended to do for years. The diet pill had given up. The light woke me, and then the voices. The light came from somewhere behind me, through shifting shadows inside the car. The voices were calm, indistinct, male and female, engaged in conversation. My neck was stiff, and my eyeballs felt gritty in their sockets. My leg had gone to sleep, pressed against the steering wheel. I fumbled for my glasses in the pocket of my work shirt and finally got them on. Then I looked behind me and saw the city. The books on 30s design were in the trunk. One of them contained sketches of an idealized city that drew on Metropolis and things to come. But squared everything, soaring up through the architect's perfect clouds to the Zeppelin's docks and the mad neon spires. That city was a scale model of one that rose behind me. Spire stood on spire in gleaming ziggurat steps that climbed onto the central golden temple tower, ringed with the crazy radiator flanges on the Mongo gas stations. You could hide the Empire State Building in the smallest of those towers. Roads of crystal soared between the spires, crossed and recrossed by smooth silver shapes, beads running like mercury. The air was thick with ships, giant wing liners, little darting silver things. Sometimes one of the quick silver shapes from the sky bridges rose gracefully onto the air and flew up to join the dance. Mile-long blimps covering dragonfly things that were gyrocopters. I closed my eyes, and I swung around in the seat. When I opened them, I willed myself to see the mileage meter. The pale road dust on the black plastic dashboard, and the overflowing ashtray. Mouth's getting a little dry. I gotta take a little bit of a break. What if anybody's here? What do you think so far? Really laying a lot of imagery down. And a lot of this imagery is what inspired a lot of what cyberpunk is about even nowadays. All right. I closed my eyes tight and swung around in the seat. When I opened them, I willed myself to see the mileage meter, the pale road dust on the black plastic dashboard, the overflowing ashtray. Amphetamine psychosis, I said. I opened my eyes. The dash was still there. The dust, the crushed filtered tips. Very carefully, without moving my head, I turned my headlights on and saw them. They were blonde. They were standing beside their car, an aluminum avocado with a central shark fin rudder jutting up from its spine and smooth black tires like a child's toy. He had this arm around her waist and was gesturing towards the city. They were both in white, loose clothing, bare legs, spotless white sun shoes. Um, um, uh, um, uh, uh, um, uh, uh, um, moving past that. Where did I lost my place, goddammit. Neither of them seemed aware of the beams in my headlights. He was saying something wise and strong, and she was nodding. And suddenly, I was frightened. Frightened in an entirely different way. Sanity had ceased to be an issue. I knew somehow that the city behind me was Tucson, a dream Tucson, thrown up out of the collective yearning of an era. That it was real. Entirely real. But the couple in front of me lived in it, and they frightened me. They were the children of Dialta Downs' 80s that wasn't. They were the heirs to the dream. They were white, blonde, and probably had blue eyes. They were American. Dialta had said that the future had come to America first, but had finally passed it by. But not here. In the heart of the dream here, we'd gone on and on, in a dream logic that knew nothing of pollution, the finite bounds of fossil fuel or foreign wars that was possible to lose. They were smug, happy, and utterly content with themselves and their world. And the dream, it was their world. Behind me, the illuminated city. Searchlights swept the sky for the sheer joy of it. I imagined them thronging in the plazas of white marble, orderly and alert, their bright eyes shining with enthusiasm for their floodlit avenues of silver cars. It had all the sinister fruitiness of Hitler Youth propaganda. I put the car in gear and drove forward slowly, until the bumper was within 3 feet of them. They still had not seen me. I rolled the window down and listened to what the man was saying. His words were bright and hollow as the pitch in some chamber of commerce brochure, and I knew that he believed in them absolutely. "John," I heard the woman say, "we've forgotten to take our food pills." She clicked her 2 bright wafers from a thing on her belt and passed one to him. I backed into the highway and headed for Los Angeles, wincing and shaking my head. I phoned Kin from a gas station, a new one. In bad Spanish modern, he was back from his expedition and didn't seem to mind the call. "Yeah, that's a weird one. Did you try to get any pictures? Not that they ever come out, but, it adds an interesting frisson to your story. Not having the pictures turn out. But what should I do?" "Well, watch lots of television, particularly game shows and soaps. Go to porn movies. Ever see Nazi Love Motel? They got it on cable now. Really awful. It's exactly what you need." What the fuck was he talking about? "Quit yelling and listen to me. I'm letting you in on a trade secret. Really bad media can exercise your semiotic ghosts. If it keeps the saucer people off my back, then it can keep these Art Deco futuroids off yours. Try it. What have you got to lose?" So, if any of you guys are experiencing semiotic ghosts, then this stream right here is the perfect thing for you guys to watch. It's like, this is basically the cure for you guys. You're welcome, by the way, for being your cure. Jesus, I didn't even know I was doing that for people. Then he begged off, pleading an early morning date with the elect. The who? These oldsters from Vegas. The ones with the microwaves. I considered putting a collect call through to London, getting at Cohen Barris Watford and telling him his photographer had checked out. For a protracted was checked out for a protracted season in the Twilight Zone. In the end, I let a machine mix me a really imposable cup of black coffee and climbed back into the Toyota for a haul to Los Angeles. Los Angeles was a bad idea, and I spent 2 weeks here. It was prime Downs country, too much of the dream there, and too many fragments of the dream waiting to snare me. I nearly wrecked the car on a stretch of the overpass near Disneyland, and when the road fanned out like an origami trick, it left me swerving through a dozen mini lanes of whizzing chrome teardrops with shark fins. Even worse, Hollywood was full of people who looked too much like the couple I had seen in Arizona. I hired an Italian director who was making ends meet doing darkroom work and installing patio decks around swimming pools, until his ship came in. He made prints of all the negatives, and I'd accumulated on the Downs job. I didn't want to look at the stuff myself, but it didn't seem to bother Leonardo. Though, when he was finished, I checked the prints, filtering through them like a deck of cards, sealed them up, and sent them on an air freight to London. Then, I took a taxi to a theater that was showing Nazi Love Motel. But I kept my eyes closed all the way. See, if you keep your eyes closed, it doesn't work. You guys gotta be active and attentive in the stream if you want to get rid of those semiotic ghosts, okay? Cohen's congratulatory wire was forwarded to me in the San Francisco a week later. Dialta had loved the pictures. He admired the way I'd really gotten into it, and looked forward to working with me again. That afternoon, I spotted a flying wing over the Castro Street, but there was something tenuous about it, as if it were only half there. I rushed to the nearest newsstand and gathered up as much as I could find on the petroleum crisis and the nuclear energy hazard. I just decided to buy a plane ticket for New York. A hell of a world we live in, huh? The proprietor was a thin black man with bad teeth and an obvious wig. I nodded, fishing in my jeans for change, anxious to find a park bench where I could submerge myself in hard evidence of the human near dystopia we live in. But it could be worse, huh? That's right, I said. Or even worse. It could be perfect. He watched me as I headed down the street with my little bundle of condensed catastrophe. Now, obvious elements of white supremacy, while trying to critique white supremacy aside, one of my favorite fucking short stories ever. Fucking love it. The imagery and the way that he describes it is always something that I go back to and look at when I'm trying to like figure out how to describe certain things in different ways for like even just like regular fantasy D&D or some of the other experimental stuff I run. But enough reading. I'm switching the thing to be Citizen Sleeper. Let me put the music and ambient sounds back on that for that game. And switch over to the game screen. Hell yeah. Wait a second. What's happening here? Oh, right, I remember now. Yeah. There we go. That way, you're actually able to see the thing. Let's pull this down a little bit. Alright, there we go. Continuing after a few months. Been a while. But, oh well. I haven't actually played this game since the last time I streamed either, so if anybody's actually invested, which I highly doubt you are, then you haven't missed the thing. Oh, let's see. What am I doing here? Oh, right. I gotta switch the category. If I can figure out how to do that. Oh, right. I gotta go over here. Blah, 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 blah. Citizen Sleeper 2. There we go. And also just I forgot to say this earlier, but it's so fucking sad. It's so fucking sad how Nivalis got pushed back. We were supposed to have it in the spring, and now they're saying sometime in the winter. I don't want to wait until winter, but I guess I'll wait until winter. I have no choice. Oh god, I just want to play that game. I feel like it's gonna be my new Daggerfall, where I'm just like living in there, living in the game. All right, let's see. The fuck did I? Oh man, it is lagging, or not lagging, but you know, it is not a good frame rate right now. And how is this text game making my PNG thing fucking lag? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? We got no dice. So that's not good. Alright, looks like we're just gonna have to sleep. Start the next day. Let's see. Minister travel, the hunt, +1 for hub cycle. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, I don't actually remember where the fuck I am. What are our objectives? Diagnose frame. Something is wrong with your body. Okay. Find tech and float, Sam. Find Seraphin's sister. Seraphin wants to find his sister, and the trail leads to Wellspring. Oh god, I should have watched the other the VODs before getting back on this. Or actually, let me actually go quickly look at those VODs. Actually, I'm just gonna give myself a quick little reminder, just a quick little reminder of what happened last time. Quick little reminder. No, shut up, me. Shut the fuck up. Videos. What was the last month? Oh, it was only 1 month. Okay, I thought it's been a lot longer than just 1 month. Let's see. With massive tubes bolted onto. So we were in the far spindle here, and then towards the end, we were talking to Cadet. I guess that's a new character that we met. And Eugen? What the fuck is Cadet and Eugen? Who the fuck is Vesna? I don't know what's happening anymore. God damn it, I shouldn't have stopped playing this game for a month. Oh well. Okay, looks like I was doing bar shifts for some reason. Oh, I was wasting my bad dice on the bar. Okay. Okay. I'm as caught up as I can possibly be. So let's go see what's up. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I see that whole diagnose your frame thing. I need to get myself fixed up. Sleeper? Cadet drifts from the shadows outside of Bliss's Bay, looking around nervously as she approaches. Seems like I'm gonna need to call in that favor. Oh shit, I read that wrong. Seems like I'm gonna need to call in that favor. Her face is pale and deathly serious. Are you okay? She doesn't seem to hear you, distracted by a group of spacers gliding noisily down the passage behind her. She waits until they pass. Someone hit strip line. No idea where Kamal is. Bunch of goons tearing the place apart as we speak. She screws up her face in pain. Even try to grab me, but those muscleheads are slow. Who would attack a courier? No idea. She shakes her head. These were typical Renna thugs. Could have been anyone with chits to burn. Remember that package I asked for your help with? The one that was bothering me? I remember you mentioning it. I reckon it's got something to do with it. The job was a bust, an express run all the way to the underhang. But when I got there, no one was home. She's whispering now, leaning closer. The place was smashed up, like someone got there first. Should have dumped the package and run, but I brought it back like a good girl. Stashed it in a safe spot at the strip line. Thought the sender might come to recover it, but when they didn't, well, I got curious and popped it open. Stupid thing to do. Inside was a drive encrypted to hell and back. When I ran into you, well, I heard sleepers are good with data and tech, so I thought you might be able to take a look at it. She shrugs. Now Stripline's trash too. Here's the thing. Back when I popped it open, I noticed the drive had a dispatch marker. Export. Could it be connected to export getting atomized? Yeah, that's where I'm at too. The thing was sent out from there just before it got cooked. And with the kind of attention I've been getting these past couple of cycles... Huh. She slips a hand terminal from her bag. You mean a deck? You can just call it a deck, bro. We all call it decks. Taps it a couple times, then holds it up to you. Cadet stares out at you from the screen, straight-faced and pale. Beside her picture, you see in block capitals. Whoa, what? Oh, yeah, because that's the courier service, right. They recently released the DLC for this game, called Spindlejack, which is basically a TTRPG, a solo TTRPG. You can like download PDFs for, make a character sheet, and then play. I don't know how it works, I didn't look too into it, but it looks pretty cool, and I kind of want to... I'm already thinking of converting it into like an actual TTRPG with multiple people, so that I can... Because when I played this game for the first time, like Citizen Sleeper, the first one, I immediately was like, I need to convert this system into a TTRPG and get people to play it, because this is sick. Like, it's just purely story-based. I love it. Beside her picture, you see in block capitals, Spindlejack KD754. In breach of Farspindle codes B12 plus 4 F34. Reward for information leading to capture considered dangerous. Dickheads blasted it out on the transient channels. Every Spindlejack hauler and freight carrier is gonna be watching for me. She pulls back her hand, her deck angrily, stuffing it away in her bag. Something's going on. This is a little too much, but... Wait, which one's better? They both kind of say I don't want to deal with this, but I do want to deal with this. I want to help her out. Anyone that can help? She looks away. Spindlejacks don't make friends easy. Now, all the couriers I do know are looking to turn on me for a payout. She snaps her head to the side and her eyes flashing with anger. Why do you think I'm here? It's time for that favor, Sleeper. She meets your eye. My connections are burned. Hell, my whole career is gone. I need to fight back. If I walk away, there's nothing to walk away to. I need your help. Alright. What can I do? I need you to get the drive. She takes a breath. If they want it that much, then I can use it to buy my way out of this shit show. And I tucked it away somewhere safe, so my guess is they haven't gotten to it yet. If you just slip in, I'll give you the location and pull that thing out. She folds her arms. Should be simple. Excuse me. How rude of me. She folds her arms. Should be simple. Yeah, none of this is simple. At all. Just snatch it and go. Don't overthink it. Fine, fuck you. Look, this thing turns out to be worth something, you'll get your due. All I want is my life back. The drive is in the workshop. There's a loose panel behind the air bike rack. She leans in. It's taped to the back of the fuse box inside. I've got to keep heading down Spindle to the overhang. Past the end of the transit tunnels. No one there will rat me out. She glances around. I'll come find you when it's done. I've still got some network access. I'll know when you go in. She winks, offering no further explanation. My bike's locked up nearby. I'm gonna hop. Do me this favor, then we're clear. Stay safe. Doing my best, sleeper. She gives you a mock salute. She slips back into the shadows, and a few moments later, you hear the percussive pulse of an airbike accelerating away. You know, at least, what it's like to be on the run, to flee for your life, and in that, you feel an empathy, a connection to Cadet. But from every other angle, this thing looks like bad news. The kind a sensible person would steer well clear from. God damn, that's so. The kind a sensible person would steer well clear from. And perhaps you would steer well clear if it wasn't for one detail that has stuck in your mind. The drive is from export. Is that all enough to send you down to the strip line in search of that drive? Only time will tell. Crazy. Oh, I need to get myself fixed up. How do I get myself fixed up? Got 3 of these. Dice repair, improvised dice repair. Oh, okay, these are the glitches, okay. Okay. One more. There we go. Okay. And now I don't know what to do. Maybe we go over here. Oh, no, that's at the end, just in case I lose some stuff. Okay, what are we doing first? Okay, that is minor thing. So major and major. Okay, so about my body is beyond damage. You need to find someone who can tell you what is happening to you. Find Tech and Flotsam. I'm gonna track that one. That's Eugen. Where's the Flotsam? Or is that over here? Cambia, Spindle's Edge. Who's this? Signal station, research facility. Alright, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm gonna do some of this, maybe? In the Flotsam? So find a tech in the Flotsam. I don't understand. Are we in Flotsam or what's going on? Bar Spindle? Can I please see what all these other places are? God, this is so stupid. Oh! I have to go. Okay. That's not what I want to do. That means that I'm gonna do this one. Surfin wants to find her sister and the trail leads to Wellspring. Is Wellspring another? Dark Side, Scatter Yards, Green Belt, The Hollow. Wellspring. Okay, well, it's another one that I'm not doing. Looks like I'm gonna go help Cadet. Let's go local. And help Cadets. Over here, probably? Yeah, it's over here. Yeah, I guess I should scope the security, huh? The front of the Streamline Express is heavily guarded, but you notice some potential blind spots you could exploit. That's good. Oh yeah. The front of the Streamline Express is heavily guarded. Oh, okay, same thing. Damn. Scalding myself on heating pipes, god damn it. Oh. All I needed was the cupcakes. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to help everybody. Okay. A lot of these want me to go all over the place. One, two, three. We'll come back and do that one later. Sick. Glitch dice. Perfect. Let's see. No. Save that. Hell yeah, what the fuck? That was so lucky. 25% chance, no! Oh, let me get rid of this, pinned message. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's 100% bullshit. That is... That's fucked. That is so fucked. There was only like a 7% chance of that happening, and it fucking happened twice in a row. God damn it. You slide the loose panel away from the wall, letting it float there beside the airbike rack. Behind it, in the dark, you see the blinking lights of the fuse box. A noise nearby draws your attention for a moment. The scrape of a sliding door, maybe? Or just some old systems cycling in on the walls. Take a drink real quick. Tamarindo Jarito is the best Jarito. It took long enough to gain access to the Stripline Express bike garage, and longer still to find a safe route to the airbike racks. But you're almost there, and you've seen and heard the hired muscle searching and guarding this place, but have been lucky enough not to come face to face with them yet. You turn back to the darkness behind the panel. If what Cadet said is right, the drive is taped to the back of the fuse box in front of you. You reach through and around slowly, carefully, and your hand settles on something cold and metallic in the dark. It is taped firmly to the box. You pull at it, but it doesn't budge. A quiet rattle echoes from the dispatch office next door, and you freeze for a second. It seems Cadet was a little too enthusiastic with the tape. Oh my fucking god! Okay, obviously, there's no possible way that it's going to fail me on a 25% chance a third time. Alright, alright. And close your eyes and feel the seams of the tape. Taking your time, you pick at it, working each piece away from the drive. You hear a clattering sound nearby as you peel off the final piece, and the drive spins into your hands. Time to move. You slip the drive into your coat and kick away to the wall, gliding backwards on the maintenance corridor that you entered from. As you cross the bike garage, you hear voices in the dispatch office next door. Just as you tuck yourself into the cool darkness of the maintenance corridor, a screech indicates the opening of a door from the office next door. Voices rumble through the room, and you quickly and quietly push yourself deeper into the guts of the building. Too close. Barely daring to breathe, you carefully make your way through the maze of passages that brought you here. Their doglegs and their dead ends now familiar. Eventually you spot a thin slit of light ahead, marking the loose panel you leveled open to gain entrance. Take a deep breath. Almost there. As you reach the gap, you freeze. Voices rumble from beyond, and peering through, you see two figures in dark clothes searching the chaotic bay behind the strip line. Your eyes are drawn to the dark, boxy weapon one holds to their side. Shit! You hiss silently to yourself, your eyes searching for a path through. You're kidding, right? You're kidding? You're actually fucking kidding. I thought I have Intuit. Don't I? Failure drives story. Failure drives story. Alright, alright. You wait silent and still as the figures search. They split and drift across the bay. You take the chance, sliding the door panel open and slipping behind the scrapping boxes at the edge of the room. You work your way around until you can't get any further. You kick off hard, making a dash at the far side of the bay and the public passage beyond. There's the hiss and the guttural chatter of the pressure valve as an airbike pulls up beside you in the passage. Cadet leans over and grabs the collar up on your coat. Hop on! In a moment, you are back on the airbike, clutching the strap of Cadet's bag as she guns it down the passage, the air resistance almost ripping you from the thin seat. Jesus Christ. She's really going. You lean against her back and let out a sigh, the drive pressing into your ribs beneath your jacket. You did it. Still alive back there? Cadet's voice brings you back to the hypnotic rhythm of the tunnel lights rushing past the air bike. She slows the bike with a rapid series of hisses, and you realize she's brought you back to the passage outside Bliss's Bay. You try to understand the route she took, a long loop through the branching transit tunnels of the station, but give up. You can let go now. She straightens up and unhooks your fingers from her bag, separating yourself from her back. You push off of the bike gently and float in the passage beside her. You okay? It looked pretty rough back there. She smiles. Appreciate you putting all that on the line for me. Who were those guys? Your guess is as good as mine. Didn't look like anyone nice, though. I wouldn't sweat it. She smiles. Go on then, let's see the drive. You fish the drive out of your jacket and hand it over. That's the one. Should have chucked it when I had the chance. You get your first good look at it, and there's not much to see. A small lump of solid-state memory with a few markers on the case. You spot a yellow hex among them. Hex port. Well, what now? She winks, slides her bag around her shoulder to the front, and slots the drive neatly into a pocket. I know someone in the scatter yards who can crack anything. She'd be my first port to call to crack this thing open. She stretches her shoulders, and I would make myself scarce from the spindle anyway, before those dickheads catch up with me. Come with us. I appreciate the offer, but I think it's best if we go our separate ways for now. 2 targets are harder to track than 1. She cycles the pressure valve on her bike impatiently. Cadet leans away from her bike, squinting out of the viewing window at your ship behind. That yours? She doesn't wait for an answer. If I'm not mistaken, that old thing is going to struggle to reach the scatter yards, unless you've added a Hasnav suite? Hasnav? Yeah, between here and the scatter yards are downing in debris. Worst since Hexport. You'll need hazards navigation to make the crossing safely. Lodic Syndicate created the tech to help tankers cross the belt. Common knowledge, of course. She nods at your ship. Maybe if you head up to the wellspring, you can barter or steal a suite. Here. Not enough for a refit, but maybe you'll find some use for them. You take the bag and something clinks inside. You open it to see a couple of engine components. Who's gonna use them to boost her? She taps the frame of her air bike. But you deserve them. Not like I'll be doing any runs for a while anyway. Thank you. It's nothing like I said. You deserve them. She flexes her fingers on the bike's handles, eager to be away. Cadet's air bike stutters and purrs, trembling in the air like an arrow ready to be loosened. See you around. She winks and guns the throttle, zipping off down the passage with a pulse of that air rippling through your clothes. You stare after her as she goes, the bags of components still hanging from her hand. You realize, as you look down on the passage, that you never asked how Cadet plans to get to the scatter yards. That question, like a score of others, will have to wait until you run into her again. Although you have a feeling that she'll find a way to slip away before you can ask them next time, too. You head back towards your ship to stow the components, idly wondering if you could justify buying an airbike to Seraphin as you do so. God damn. My mouth gets sore when I read a lot. Jesus fucking Christ. I need to get my wisdom teeth removed. I got an appointment for that this morning. So, hopefully that whole thing gets resolved soon. I'm just afraid because, well, you know, surgery. Let's see what we got here. Got 3 days to get the fuck out, but at least we did that. At least we helped with the thing. But now we can investigate Hexport. Cadet has the drive from Hexport cracking in my open, blah blah blah. Meet her in the scatter yards. Okay, so that's going to the scatter yards. This is from the green belts. That's the hidden wreck, which I can't go to anymore. Everything else is somewhere else. So let's go to Flotsam. Or maybe we can get back just in time? Or, oh no, -3 per travel is if we go to another place. Okay, I see how it is. How many days? How many days is that, though? Don't understand, gonna do it anyway. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see what's over in Flotsam. Flotsam, whatever it's called. Alright. As always, Seraphin starting out with drama. I at least remember that much from last time. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit more of a break from speaking too much, huh? Anybody here? How you guys doing? Alright, that's what I like to hear. Let's see. Actually, let me do continue, and then I can have a little bit more. This weird parallax thing is just not working out. It's so weird. I don't like it. Also, I think I should turn on my air conditioning. Hopefully you guys won't be able to hear it. Alright. Looking at the OBS mic settings, it looks like it's not picking up the air conditioner. That's good. You know what? Just take a little break from the reading, I think. Gonna do a little something. Oh, 6-minute preview of Nivalis from 2 weeks ago. This is sick. Alright. Let's see here. Let's, see if I can... window capture. We'll just title this one YouTube. Yeah, alright. Select a window to capture. Nivalis, of course. Alright. Let's look at Nivalis then.
Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. So, Nivalis, maybe
look
you've
at
seen it pop up in a trailer, maybe not, but this game is doing something genuinely different. We're not talking about your typical cyberpunk dystopia where you play some brooding vigilante in a trench coat. Nivalis is about living in that neon-soaked world.
Wait, are you gonna be able to like run a restaurant and build it out and stuff? That's really cool.
I mean, it sounds truly wonderful.
You can grow crops. Dude, this is so much better than I thought it was gonna be.
Runner aesthetics and grow mushrooms on my roof kind of game. And honestly, it might be one of the most interesting titles coming out this year.
This is giving me like one of those Second Life type game aesthetics.
But they have delayed it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh my god, we need to learn more about what's happening with that whole like rising sea level and like oh god, it's so cool.
Cyberpunk game that came out last year that really did grip me was Dystopica. You should definitely check that title out. It's absolutely awesome.
I need to get that game still.
Dystopica. No real goal, just aesthetics, but it really did person slice of life simulator with city building elements. Set in the same universe as Cloudpunk, another really awesome title. If you played that game, and I absolutely love the music from that title, you'll recognize the style, voxels, neon and sky traffic buzzing between massive megastructures. One thing that I've learned during my time running LT Gaming is that some people are averse to voxel style graphics and pixels.
Oh yeah, it turned me off at first. I kind of didn't take it seriously when I first saw the style of Cyberpunk. I'm not Cyberpunk, Cloudpunk.
However, Nivalis slows things down.
But this is fucking beautiful.
Expand into a restaurant empire or just
I cannot wait to play this. I am way too excited. I fucking love this.
Through Cyberpunk 2077, stopped halfway and decided to stay. Just a quick interlude to say most of you who watch the channel are not subscribed. So make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button because it helps smaller channels like us grow really quickly and both me and Tom really appreciate it. Let's talk sim mechanics because this is where it gets unexpectedly deep. Don't just build a shop and watch your numbers go up, you hire staff, manage supply chains, deal with random events and try to balance ambition with survival. Nivalis isn't just cozy, it has bite. The city is unstable, there are power outages, criminal syndicates, corrupt AI.
Fucking...
We all know about that these days.
Oh my god, that's so
There's
cool!
just a sense the whole place could collapse at any moment.
Because it can!
LT Gaming with Tom.
Because it can!
It's an absolute joy. You're building
Bro, nuh-uh, we cannot fucking use ships.
And that challenge is really well
Dude.
life simulation
God,
like
oh my
this.
God.
I've been playing Inzoi recently, and it's a really cool, innovative game with a great sandbox and a lot of creativity, but the challenge isn't there yet. It's my hope that the tension in Nivalis really works. Will help to make those quiet moments.
I'm sorry, we need to rewind a little bit. We need to rewind a little bit for that one.
Quiet moments of routine like cooking, talking really works.
They say when you hear your name in a dream, you wake up. Did you hear me call your name? That's a little bit of a suspicious art piece, but I'm not gonna say anything about it, just in case. Yeah, just not gonna say anything about it. Anyway.
Will help to make those quiet moments of routine like cooking, talking to locals, and tending your rooftop plants feel meaningful. Beyond your business, you'll be able to expand your space, buy apartments, decorate them, customize your layout, and really shape your surroundings. I mentioned Inzoi previously,
I'm going to spend millions of hours on this game. This is just going to be my new game.
My 9-year-old daughter, because I might never get my computer back. And in Nivalis, this whole city building vibe will kick in. You're not managing an entire metropolis from above like in Manor Lords. You're carving out your own niche in a vertical world that's alive with atmosphere. This is a truly overused word on LG gaming.
What is that?
This aspect feels extremely immersive,
What is this?
and that's what I want from my
Is this
games.
is this
My
Nivalis?
impression so far is that Nivalis feels like a city builder in micro. It's all about detail. Instead of zoning out industrial blocks, you're wondering whether to install neon signs outside your noodle shop or where to place your fish tank. But you have that wonderful cyberpunk aesthetic and music and the vibe of a Blade Runner type feel to do it all in. And we have to talk about the visuals of this game. It looks truly stunning. The voxel aesthetic might not be for everyone at first glance, but Nivalis makes it work.
Whoa, they made
Neon
those
lights
models
spilled
really
across
cool.
rainy streets, drone traffic
Really
hums in the
upgraded them.
distance. The city feels vertical, alive and reactive, especially in first person. Maybe someone can enlighten me in the comments, but I don't get this whole third person over first person argument. For me, being first person is the most immersive way to be. There we go, I said that word twice in one video.
Well,
it's the kind of world that's just asking to be explored slowly. No pressure, no timers ticking down.
Meet Ava.
Spring
of 2025.
In a sea of high-stakes survival and endless open world chaos, Nivalis is offering something quieter.
They fucking lied.
It's asking,
they fucking
lied.
lied.
Future wasn't all about
they lied to us.
What if you just wanted to run a tea shop and ride out the end of the world? Putting this in the context of games I've recently
that is sick. That is a really cool clothing.
And Strategos put you on a battlefield commanding old armies. Nivalis brings things inward, personal, small scale, human. And sometimes that's exactly what
that's
the
so
genre
funny.
needs. So what do you think? Is Nivalis the kind of slow-burning immersive sim that you've been waiting for? Or are you still unsure about mixing barista life with cyberpunk collapse? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Just be an awesome person. All we want to do here at LT Gaming is expand your wishlist and bring you along on this gaming journey of discovery. We've got so much on the way. I've been Luke from LT Gaming, and I'll catch you on the next one.
I wonder what else we're gonna be able to do. Like, I wonder, because like it's got that wanted sign with the, like, you know, the what is it? With the assassin on it. Like, is that gonna be? Are we gonna be able to be bounty hunters or something? Like, is that gonna be another business that we can start? And, God, that's gonna be so. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. Let's see. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get back to the game. All right. Gotta resize this window again. To like right there. There we go. Alright. Now, let us continue with this. This is not what you promised. Seraphin turns to Eugen with a raised eyebrow, looking out across the field of debris scattered around the small asteroid whose gravity was kept from there. You have to agree. Where do you even start looking? Eugen shrugs, unfazed. I said the wreck was hidden. Transponder off. No flight records. I didn't say it was intact. If it was an easy job, I wouldn't have come with your crew. Could have just grabbed it myself. We all earn our share. That's definitely more than one wreck. Bliss is leaning towards the window, staring out at the glinting debris. I see at least 3, maybe 4 different engine housings out there. You really think there's something of value pulled from all of that? I know there is. My tip-off is good. We just need to find the right part. He looks out at the wide field of debris. Of the right ship. Well, any clues? What I know is that a wreck with an item of great value is out there. That's it. He unstraps from his seat. Are you all afraid of some hard work? Is that it? So you're telling me we don't know what we're looking for, where it is, or what it's worth? Trust me or don't, Eugen shrugs. This will be worth your while. It's a hot tip. Sleeper, please. Seraphin turns to you, exasperated. Suddenly a percussive beep erupts from the conversation. All of you turn your attention to Seraphin's terminal. What the? He taps a few keys. We've got an incoming ship. The transponder just popped up. See? Eugen smiles. What'd I say? A hot tip. We better claim it before they do. He jabs a finger at the readout. What have you got us into? Eugen looks innocent. I've given you a head start on a big haul. Don't waste it. I see a few obvious sights. Large bits of debris, clear hull sections. We should focus on those. Bliss unclips from her seat and glides out of the cockpit. See you lucky kids in the airlock. Ready, Cap? Eugen slaps you on the shoulder and kicks off the hood towards the cockpit door. Turn to Seraphin. I do not like that guy. Seraphin shakes his head. Give him a chance. Seraphin turns back to his terminal. Hey, you're the one who has to go out there with him. Look, just be careful. You nod and glide through the cockpit door, already trying to map the scattered debris in your mind. Alright. Pretty equal rolls all around, and we got our last glitch dice out of the way, so that's good. Let's do this. Let's see, larger sections or... Okay, so there's... Okay, it looks like this is the main area of the wreckage. We might be able to find more clues as to where everything else went out from here. Rather than search the trash, you can clear it instead. That way you'll know what's left is of value. Or at least that's the theory. Endurance. Search the wreckage. The simplest way to work out what is of value here and what is trash is to search the entire asteroid. It'll be slow, but safe. Fuck. Well, they both do it, so we'll put you on this. Sick. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. Come on, man. That is so fucked. This better be neutral. Oh my god. That is crazy. Alright, let's do this shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Damn it. Oh, damn. Gotta not. Fuck. I gotta watch out for stressful situations. I gotta not get into stressful situations. Fuck. I fucked up. Oh well. Let's get rid of that. Alright, let's hope I don't get that unlucky. Please give me a positive. Alright, good enough. Yeah, I should have known. I should have known. How do I reduce stress? Meals for everybody. No? Oh. Okay. Weird. Wait, I'm very confused. I thought, I'm probably just missing something. Do I have points in this? How do I know? Oh, config can't be changed right now. Okay. Let's see then. I guess just end the cycle. So, oh, right. When we end cycle, we get fed. Right. Yep, that's what happens. That's what happens sometimes. You get the thing broken. Yeah, get the thing broken. Fuck. Come on, let's clear out more of this debris. Let's please, just please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Fuck, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, this is gonna be another, oh god, this is gonna be another fuck up. It's gonna be another fuck up. Damn it. Oh well. GG. Sucks to suck. Bliss, you can risk it. There we go. Let's get the fuck out of here. What's going on now? New location discovered. What new location? Oh, I see. Gather scrap. Among the debris. Okay, parts of the clutter are still in good condition. With some work, you might be able to extract some good scrap. Okay, you might get scrap. It's for him? Come on. Okay. What's this? Can I do something? No, okay. Crushed shuttle? A failed escape. Oh, well, if they escape, then they might have taken some things that are very good with them. Oh yeah, let's see if I can get lucky. Please, let me. Thank you. Sick. Looks like we should put these gnats somewhere else. Like maybe over here. Cause yeah, this one could use this gnat. And then I could put my other gnat on this one. I got no, cause this one's like another, it's one of those easy ones. Yeah, we'll do it over here. It'll be more positive over here. That's it? Okay, cool. That's fucking sick. Okay. Not okay. That's fucking terrible. I am going to die. All these fucking dice. No. Eugen, you piece of shit, where are you? The distorted voice rattles through the ship as you're all finishing your breakfast in the mess. Everyone turns to look at Eugen, Seraphin already shaking his head. Vesna, he says under his breath. You suddenly recall the steel-eyed captain who confronted Eugen at the gyre back in the far spindle. Open this airlock before I do something I'll regret. As her voice echoes through the room, you realize she must be at the rig's entry lock, using the comm panels, but out there to speak into the ship. Eugen? We should let her in. You kick off towards the door, but Seraphin drifts between you and the exit. Sleeper, are you sure about this? You can see he is angry, but also looking at you for reassurance. We're just going to talk, alright? Oh, right. Alright, but the moment this starts to go south, we're booting them both. Eugen follows you as you glide down the airlock and hit the control for the exterior door. Let me handle her. Eugen gives you a nod. Alright. You go do your thing. He nods appreciatively and drifts forward between you and the airlock. You watch as the airlock cycles, and past Eugen you see the silhouette of Vesna through the viewing window as she removes the helmet of her suit. Though she has been playing it cool, you see Eugen take a deep breath in its preparation. I should shoot you right here. Vesna floats through the airlock door, her eye implants glinting. But I wouldn't want to give the wrong impression. Her metal eyes make it impossible to read her tone. Let her talk. Oh! Oh! Her! Alright. Is this how you treat all your clients, Eugen? Promise to deliver your coordinates they helped you to find, and instead you went out to find their value? Go to another crew to try to steal the prize right from under their nose? I knew you were an amateur, but I didn't know you were an idiot too. Tell whatever stories you want, Vesna. Until I am paid, there is no deal. Did you pay me, Vesna? Vesna looks frustrated. You know as well as I do that payment was upon receipt of the coordinates. Well, sorry to say that I won't be able to deliver. Deal's off. You piece of shit. Vesna's hand goes towards her hip. Now, you are a guest of this ship. Seraphin's voice comes from behind you. Let us all remember that. You turn back to see Seraphin holding a hole bolter at his waist, a wide muscle trained on Vesna. Vesna lets her hand go loose at her side, abandoning her threat. Of course. I thought you might all see the breach of trust in this situation, but I was wrong. I don't want to escalate this. On that we are agreed. She backs a little towards the airlock door. Eugen, she looks at the freelancer. Don't think I'll back off. My team can find this thing faster than any mongrel crew. First to the prize takes all. And may the better crew win. Vesna slips back into the airlock and hits the control panel. The doors scissor shut. Whoa! Eugen suddenly tumbles forward as something hits him in the side of the head. Idiot! Seraphin stands behind Eugen, having swung the heavy muzzle of the hole bolter directly into his head. If you ever put this crew in danger like that again... He did not tell us the whole story, so... Eugen catches himself on the wall. It's okay. He wipes a little blood from his forehead. I get it. I was sloppy. Your whole thing is sloppy. Seraphin bristles. This is how you get yourself killed. As much as I'm enjoying this display of aggression and idiocy, Bliss's voice comes through the behind you all. We all have a contract to complete. And pushes past all of you, suiting up. And now we have competition. We should leave. Seraphin slings the whole bolter onto his shoulder. Cut our losses. Now wait. Eugen wipes the corner of his mouth with the back of his hand. All this and you're gonna give up and turn tail? Eugen's right, though. Shit. You are right. Alrighty. He glides over to Eugen and pats him on the shoulder. Time for you to prove your worth. I'll be watching. God damn. You gotta love the drama. I thought he got shot in the head. I thought he just got straight up just shot in the head. Done for. No more Eugen. I was ready to kill that bitch. Oh, he's super stressed now. That makes sense. That's okay. I'm also super stressed. Bliss is living out her name. Bliss is alright over here. She's just doing fine. Alright, let's see here. Let's go get this shit over with. Discovered a new location. Where? Oh. Oh. Was that it? Or I don't know. Okay. We've got this one. Fuck it. You're not stressed. You do this one. Please succeed. Please, 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 please. Thank you. Alright, scrape the terminals. Banks of terminals line the shutter's interior. Perhaps there's something useful hidden among the decaying drives. This is my specialty! But I can't risk that, and I have to dedicate these something else, maybe. Or not, because there's nothing to dedicate them to. Except this. Nah, because that's fucking stupid. I hate how none of them have like plus modifiers. They're just neutral modifiers. Because what is 4 gonna get me? Ah! Fuck it. Awesome. Alright. Alright. Did that shit. Raw scrap. Let's go. Alright. You and me on this one. Isn't there someone else? Nope. Yeah. Well, you were going stress-free this whole time, so... You're fine. Go fuck yourself, game. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck. This is so stupid. And I'm gonna lose another dice. I'm just fucked. I'm so fucked. It is over. Oh, I'm so fucked. Scattered wreckage. God damn it. Okay, good roll. Ooh, good rolls, good fucking rolls all around. We love these. We love to see these. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. I'm getting text messages. What the fuck? Fucking, why did it always... Alright. Enough of that. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, they got 3 days to find it. It's a good thing we know exactly when they're gonna find it. Let's go. We got that bitch. But I... Oh, what's this? Unstable cipher. Decaying passcode will be erased at the end of the contract. I'm sorry? What? That must be a key to something. Very odd. Okay. You get put on this duty. You can go fuck yourself with that stress. Why are you getting stressed on a neutral outcome? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate this game. I hate everything. Everything sucks. Fuck this. Oh my god. This is so fucked. This is, actually so fucked. Fuck. At least it's all positives from here. Yeah, might as well. Alright, what now? Eugen's wreck. The wreck's outer door is sealed. We got that. Only way in will be with an access cipher. What? Repeatable action. New location discovered? Right here? Clear fucking hell, motherfucking damn cunt piece of shit. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's not okay. That's not okay. Oh my god. Okay. Last long rest. I need to go to the bathroom. Real quick, I'll be right back. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Alrighty. I am Buck. Let's see where we left off. So, what happens if I die? Because I don't want to die, but I feel like I'm gonna die. Okay. I like to see it. Yep. Fours all around. Fours all a fucking round, and we got the negative. We're as stressed as we can possibly be, and we didn't even fucking get it. That's actually pretty cool. Yep. This game's out to get me. This game is out to get me, and it's like bias against me specifically, and I don't appreciate it. I am obviously the victim in this situation. I did not put myself in this situation with my own ignorance. This was 100% the fault of the game. Fucking hell. I should have just gone to Flat Sam. Okay. Okay. What do here? What do here? Other than... We're cutting it close. We're cutting it close. Got no supplies. So do we not regain any... Bro, I'm literally just fucking dead. It started as creeping dullness, something that drew you further out into the world cycle by cycle, but now in this moment of waking, it is a shifting pain. It jumps across your body, faster than anything you can follow, and you jerk against it. As you do, a numbness starts to spread across your skin, as if you were sinking into cold water. The pain dances across the numbness, as if it was skimming on the surface, but then, as you submerge, it becomes distant, and you realize that you are leaving this body, your frame. Suddenly, something pulses inside of you, some system you have never felt before, and as it does, you feel yourself external from your frame. Remaining on the surface, you don't feel your limbs or your organs, you barely even have your thoughts. You are a pulsing point, a compressed self, flickering out. You see figures, unrecognizable shadows gathering around you. You feel the tug of a single thread, binding you to your frame, keeping you from floating away. And at the end of that thread, something pulses and glows, and rebuilds itself in a new and more unstable form. Your frame will recover, but it will be changed this cycle. It will bear the weight of keeping you alive. It will break some part of itself, of yourself, so you may persist. You watch as it does, and anticipate waking into this newly distorted self. And then, you are awake. Somehow together, somehow apart, in pain and a little more broken than before. Not knowing if your survival is a miracle or a burden. What the fuck? Eugen, you slimy shit, how'd you do it? The familiar voice of Vesna echoes through the ship. The crew gathers the airlock peering through the window. Vesna's silhouette just outside. Seraphim puts a hand on the airlock controls. This time, let's leave it out there. Come to gloat? Eugen shouts back, holding a finger to the button as the comms panel. Leave us alone already. Stop playing games. I know you took it. We found the ship cargo bay was empty. Did you get it out without us seeing? You have no idea what you are talking about. Eugen looks back at you. Did we take anything? There's a long pause then, and all of a sudden Veshna's harsh laugh rattles through the airlock. It was empty all along. We pulled a stack of component crates out of the bay and that was it. You're even dumber than I thought, Eugen. These coordinates were a bust. Enjoy the trip back. The comms clicked off and you see her silhouette disappear from the viewing window. The dense silence descends upon the crew. You know what? I'm tired of looking at Bliss's schemes. A tired-looking Bliss chimes in. I'm going back to bed. Wake me when we reach the far spindle. Oh my god. So not only did you drag us out to this fight, you did it for nothing. We even got beaten to the prize, and there wasn't even a prize to find. Eugen is frozen for a moment, and you realize this is the first time you've seen him speechless. We're leaving. Enough of this. I'll see you in the cockpit. I'm sorry. That makes two of us. Eugen looks crestfallen. At least, Vesna did not get her hands on it. It? Give it time. I will explain in time. What a bitch. Explain now after all of that? Permanent glitch. Sick. No! She had... Cool. That is such bullshit. That is such bullshit. That is such absolute pure bull fucking shit. That's just crazy. Oh, I started eating something right as it started text. Eugen has spent the journey back to the far spindle avoiding Seraphim as best he can. It might be that he's afraid, but you get the feeling it's more likely he's making himself scarce out of a genuine sense of regret. Seraphim, however, doesn't see this behavior so favorably. Slimy shit won't even show his face. Seraphim complains loudly as he finalizes docking. Pedersen Spacer's crew sights with no care for anyone but himself. Bro, come on. You hear the rustle of movement behind your head and you turn to see Eugen in the cockpit's doorway. A rare, serious expression on his face. I owe you all an explanation. Believe it or not, this was not my plan. Yeah, your plan was to find loot in that wreck and split it with us, wasn't it, big man? Oh, split with it. Oh, wow, okay. No, it wasn't. Hear him out, Seraphim. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Vesna has been searching for a ship. An infamous ship. Seemed like she already had a ship. Seraphim interrupts. That was part of the problem. Not a rig. A fraction drive ship. An interstellar ship. That seems to shut Seraphim up, and you don't blame him. An interstellar ship here? In the belt? That's tech from the core systems. No way. Eugen says, I get that you don't trust me, but I'm not lying. I wouldn't even be telling you now. Word gets out that there's a factory fresh fraction ship somewhere in the belt. People kill for less. He shakes his head. Gangs kill for much less. You're telling me there's a fraction ship that no one has ever found just sitting here? Since when? Seraphim shakes his head. Since the collapse? Believe it or not, that's exactly it. And Eugen turns to look at you. Vesna put me on at the trail. She wanted me to find its location for repayments. An old bet. But the moment I found the data and verified its existence, that confirmed the ship was there, I couldn't give it to her. And that's when you found me. Why keep it? You may have met Vesna, but you don't know her. She's one of the last people on the belt that should have a ship like that. Well, no one has the ship now, even if it exists. Need I remind you that it wasn't there? Your data was bust. No. It was there once. Those wrecks, those were the ships that fought over the fraction ship. What? Sorry, some shit just happened. A bunch of Solheim corporates who wanted to get out of the system when it all came down, and that ship was their ticket. That's fucking crazy. The Aphelion Path. Eugen looks out at the far spindle. It was there, but someone moved it, hit it, long before we got here. Leave the belt? Sounds like a fantasy to me. Eugen nods. I believe in this fantasy, Sleeper. I'm sorry, Sleeper. And to the both of you as well. I wanted to keep this a secret. I wanted to find the Aphelion Path, and I knew that if I did, you would understand. Still, I was wrong to manipulate you. But I'm not done. I will find the ship, and I will leave the belt. How will you do that? With no ship of your own and Vesna at your back? Sleeper, I will uphold our deal. I will serve on your crew, and when I have news of the Aphelion, you will know it. Well, that is what we agreed. I know I always say it, but this time you have to listen. This guy's no good. I've known his type. Don't bring him. This can be your escape too, Sleeper. Eugen meets your eye. Fucking hell. Oh, Zenin Fox, hello. It has been a while. Damn. How you been? I am heavily clothed. Oh, sorry, I was eating something. Quick, No, I mean, look, if you just... Hold on. If I just... I am very clothed. Extremely clothed. Half of everything that is showing is clothes, so... But yeah, I love this guy. He's great. Let me move it over here so that the chat doesn't cover it up. Have you seen this game before? I love this game. We're pretty far into it, I think. Or maybe not, because I'm still getting tutorials on some things. Oh, it's great. I think the first game is like $3. The Citizen Sleeper. Highly recommend it. Get back to this. What do you think? This guy basically scammed us. Should we get him? Should we kick him out or let him stay? By the way, just a little bit of context. In the first game, trusting people when you were heavily advised not to trust them was very, very, it had pretty good returns. In this game so far, it has not been good, but you say get him out of here. Are you sure? Oh God. Fuck it, get out of here. So be it. If I swear to God, if I see an interstellar ship and just zooming past one day, I'm gonna be so mad. uh Eugen nods, looking down. So be it. You heard them. Get out of here. Eugen looks between you and then ducks out of the cockpit. A few moments later, you hear the hiss of the exterior door opening. Good riddance. Seraphin leaves the cockpit. Bliss gives you a nervous look. I hope they never give you cause to be treated like that. They slip out before you can respond. Wow, fuck. She was not a fan of that. I was super nice to him all up until that last moment, so I feel like you know, like even after he scammed us, I was like the nicest person to him. I was just like, no, maybe I don't trust you enough to join the crew. You stare out at the cockpits at the lights of the cockpit at the lights of the far spindle. Trust, once broken, cannot be rebuilt, and you have to trust your crew. Oh God. Absolutely terrible. Also, that last mission almost killed me. I got this permanent glitch because of him. Alright, what's next on the agenda? Interesting. Okay, I think I need to go to Flotsam as soon as possible. Yep. Yeah, I need to go to the Flotsam as soon as possible. And as well as explore the rest of this place while I still can. Hellspawn Venture. Now that you are vouched for, you can play games in the casino, but you feel the eyes of security on you. Not gonna fuck with the gamba right now. So slutty right now on. What is XE? Is that like a radio station? Oh. That's funny. I don't have a slutcore playlist, but I guess I should make one. I already know one song. I think I heard it in a Cosmonaut stream where I think it's called Hi, I'm a Slut or something like that. You know what? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yep, there it is. All right, I'm a.
Wow, do you really think I'm hot enough to be a slut?
Oh yeah, I definitely can't show the video, but.
Aw, thanks. Hi, I'm a slut. Do what I want, I don't give a fuck. Post a titty, make a sip nut. Proud bitch, I smile when I suck. Hi, I'm a slut. Do what I want, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter if your dick's cut. Always swallow.
Oh my god, I've never seen the music video. She just cut a fucking cucumber in half.
Got boys and girls always at my door. Fuck everyone till I'm sore. Threesome for
God, I need shorts like that.
Yeah, I'm a world-class hoe. Get dick down everywhere I go. I like it fast, like it slow. And I always got that post-nut glow.
It's been a while since I've heard it.
Or I wanna be a whore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Call me slut. It feels great. 1, 2,
I don't need short. What do you mean? I can't be going around with a loincloth the whole time.
I'm a slut. Do what I want, I don't give a fuck. Post a titty, make a sip nut. Proud bitch, I smile when I suck. Hi.
On Twitch, I definitely do.
What I want
On Twitch, I most definitely do.
if your dick's cut. Always swallow, I heard it's good luck.
She called me a slut cause she put it in my butt. I felt it in my guts, feels so good when she nut. Don't
Oh.
get mad 'cause I'm a hoe, I'm just trying to get some dough. Pussy
They
getting
they have a femboy in the fucking music video.
soon, so I took her to my room. Let's fuck under
They
the
have
moon.
multiple femboys in the music video.
How I moan, now she won't leave me alone. Trying to get a bone, now she won't get out my home. 1, 2,
This is my new favorite song.
wanna fuck some more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry up 'cause I can't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanna fuck some more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry up 'cause I can't wait.
I'm a slut. Do what I want, I don't give a fuck.
Oh my.
Post a titty, make a sip nut.
This is the most.
I'm a slut. Do what I want, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter if your dick's cut. Always swallow, I heard it's good luck.
I'm gonna make a slutcore playlist now, and this is gonna be the only. This is gonna be the only song inside of it until I find another one that's as good or better. Oh, it's been a while since I listened to that song. Such a good song. Yeah, 7TV emotes. Fucking love them. Oh, wait, I did not. Yeah, okay, good. All right. Ooh, what do I go to the lower spindle or the higher? Gambling. Oh yeah, the signal station. I gotta do this. Get that gnat in here. Then I can use this other gnat on the Intuit. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm just working. I'm just getting fucking money. Damn it. That's not. Oh, I just wasted that dice. Oh, I do need fuel. Okay. All right. And what else? I am starving. I should probably get myself some cake. I probably don't, actually. That being said, I haven't edited anything. Will you see it? Let me see if I can quickly do something. Cause I have this has a naked version. So like I could possibly just like cut both of them together. Let's see. Did I already feed? No, I did not feed. Oh, I see. Fill this. Yep. So sad. Well, okay, so there are, so the thing that kind of inspired me with getting it like this, like the naked version and all that was I don't know if you know this other streamer, Anwi. It's It's spelled like this. And on Twitter, he has these amazing videos where he has the toggle for his model different than on Twitch, and it's I wanted to be able to do that someday. You could probably look them up. Their Twitter's a good time. Although I think their name might be something else on Twitter. That's just their Twitch name, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. Can... Oh, process scrap, sick. Sure it'll be worth something someday. Thank you. God, I love his model though. It's so cool. I want to be able to get something like that someday. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, you can do that on Twitch? I got to do that." Actually, let me see. Let me go to my things here. And then over to stream assets, me, Lotus. Oh, I already have a shirtless cutout. Nice. Thank you. It's nice. It's nice for people to compliment my voice. Let's see. Let's see if I can do something with this. Maybe if I... Oh, come on. What was the website again? Oh, it was React. Okay. All right. I'm opening up GIMP real quick. And I'm just gonna real quick, just gonna splice together some things. Yes. It's fine. I've been distracting myself from the game since before you got here. Let's see. God damn. Got match and regular. Alright, so put this out here. Great. And then put the other one on top. Alright, now just delete everything below here. Okay. Edit. Cut. Alright. Oh, maybe a little bit more up here to show some more of the rest of the stuff. Let's cut that. Okay, come on, GIMP. Let's work. Okay, so it looks like I gotta do even more cutting. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, and then I gotta go up here for the other layer and cut everything up there. And oh, right, because I was hiding the other layer. Okay, now that looks good right there. That's part 2, because I opened up the wrong thing. Now I need to make part 1. That's right, though. Femboys do make the best distractions. Let's see. Save as shirtless alt. Shirtless talk. And then the other one will be shirtless regular. So then start a new one. Wait, did I? Oh, I put save, not export. I have to export, right? Oh yeah, I do need to compress that, don't I? Okay. Alright, now let's see if we can start all the way over to that layer, and then take this one. Then we take this one. Okay, same thing as last time. Whoa. Cut, and then other layer. Cut. And it is finished now. Export as regular. And it is done. Now just to put it on reactive. Yes. Okay, okay. Speaking image is gonna be... Fucking hell, how do I... That one... Wait! No, that's the wrong one. Show all. Gonna be that. And everything else is gonna be... And then for this one, it's gonna be... Wait, oh fuck, how do I keep doing this? How do I keep doing this? I keep fucking it up. Alright, there we go. There we go. Just a bit of editing. I fucked it. I fucked it up. I didn't save it before exiting. There we go. Now there. It has been done. How did that get held by automod? That's crazy. I wonder if I have to allow the word shit as well. Oh, I should make this a redeem. Yes, like what Arky does. And I could probably even message the artist and ask her if she can draw me some other clothes as well. But nice. There we go. Now I can yeah. Let's see. What do on here? Oh. Oh, that's the residential block. Yeah, I should probably... Wait, no. Okay, that's Neva's kitchen. He doesn't want me there. Ceiling shift? Alright, fuck it. I got no stress. Might as well. Okay. Okay. I got paid still, at least. Positive! And it's nothing. I don't get shit for it. Alright. Well, let's get out of here. To the Flotsam. It's hard to tell where Flotsam ends and the ships parked at its many docking bridges begin. I can't tell at all. Oh, well, no. Yeah, I can't tell at all. That's probably its own ship. Probably another one. This is a whole green room. Seraphim docks with the, who knows? Probably. As Seraphim docks with the, station, you realize that the rig now looks like just another piece of accumulated technology. One more bit of driftwood added to the raft. I love this place. Seraphim smiles as he shuts down the engines. You never know what you'll find. You've been here before? Oh, yeah, I can actually ask that. Wait, but what if it gets cold? Yeah, back when I first came to the belt, the crew I signed on with used to run salvage jobs out of here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see Bliss eyeing the station with what looks like both horror and fascination. You see the seals? She points at some twisted assemblage of ship parts. Total cowboy welds. They could pop at any moment. But spawnlings don't have warmth. You're like a void of cold eldritch monstrosity. Seraphim waves away to their concerns. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all. So if one fails, it's no problem. He stretches and turns to you. You've got to taste some of this stuff that they grow in the old Taki. He kisses his fingers. Some good shit. Huh. Oh, great. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it. They wrap on the wall of the rig. Sounds like a ship, I know. Wait. I mean, it looks pretty ramshackle, but at the same time, what place that we've been to so far hasn't been. Is that our ship? That's our ship right there. That's our ship. Okay. What do you think these are going to be? That's definitely going to be like some kind of restaurant or bar right there. This is going to be the central station with all of the administrative things, and then probably some manufacturing. Over here is probably where they're going to put the weird shit. And then this is either a green room or a server room, which is probably connected to the main data terminals on the administration side. So this whole section right here seems to be put well together. At least like this whole central part, then connecting into here and out here, and everything else is like secondary. Because look at these connections. Yeah. I'll defend it. Seraphim joins in. The two of you shoulder to shoulder. She's got you out here, didn't she? He shrugs at Blitz. No sense of gratitude. I was joking. Bliss looks a little hurt and drifts out of the cockpit, shaking her head. She was not joking. You go to follow, but Seraphim puts a hand on your shoulder. Sleeper. He looks suddenly serious. Remember what I said about getting checked out? There are artificers all over this place. It'll take a bit of searching, but we need to know what's going on with you. He meets your eye. Well, that's kind of why we're here. Good. Let me know what they say. I'm gonna go see if my old haunts are still open. Catch you later. You are left alone in the cockpit with a view of the Flotsam's chaotic structure. You look over the multicolored plating. It does, you admit, have a certain charm. Okay. Well, let's get rid of this glitch. Oh, hundreds of ships? I didn't know it was hundreds of ships. It looks like only a few, but I guess these are probably like some weird, like, converted things. New location discovered. One more. Ooh, 2 new locations. And a bar. Let's start that later. That was the same thing I was doing already. Here's this. Fuel, fill fuel. Thank you. I think I need to get like some kind of jacket, like a cyberpunk jacket, like kind of like what David has for when I'm playing cyberpunk games, and then everything is still like underneath. Like I'm still wearing my royalty stuff underneath it. Ooh, and then I could probably get like a bikini or something. That's for later. My scrap components. But it's like getting limes. Do I want to spend the money on that? Yeah. Rep components, rare components, process, scrap, soul sign data. Alright. Wait. That were the... Yeah. That was the tinker. Okay. We have supplies, but we already have... We're good on all that. Yeah. So just get the cooking out. Oh, that's the dilemma. More as well as less clothes. Improvised dice repair, and then just dice. Fix my dice. Is... Thank you. Oh, I need to. God damn it. Oh, okay. What do we do? blame Twitch. No, let's not do that yet. Let's just continue exploring. Again with putting the glitch over there. Well, at least I still got an explorer. Nice. What's the new location? That's exactly what he was talking about. Supplies for the rig and work the hydroponics. Build the ship left lots of know he serves a huge hydroponic farm, keeping the station alive. Yeah, I knew that it was a green room. But I'm 2 down on that one. Fucking hell. Oh, can I do this? Should I even do this? I don't know. I have 4 points available. Right, I'm not doing any push. I'm not doing any. Ooh, this is hard. Very, very hard. I mean, no dice damage on push reroll. Pretty good. That means that I can actually start using the pushes. Fuck it. I'm not gonna get any of the other stuff though, because I need to save up to increase my spats. One more. Alright, let's go. The Flotsam. Ramshackle flotilla turned settlement. The chaos of Flotsam intrigues you. Passage to passage, it is the most incoherent place you have ever visited. Plating, cladding, and cushioning of all kinds of conditions hide a forest of wires and ducts interfacing in ways their manufacturers would never have dreamed possible. Rooms are crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, and eviscerated engine rooms. Patchwork corridors are lumpen with messy welds, bending worryingly along their length. It is, to put it nicely, a total mess. It's not that you don't like it, but fighting an artificer among this chaos would be more than a little challenging. This cycle, searching these winding passages once more, seeing only scrap merchants and junk shops, you begin to wonder if Seraphim had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. Hey, sleeper! A voice cuts through the pungent air. Oh, I never. You glance in the voice's directions to find yourself looking at a small booth piled with tech behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen. It is a meticulously arranged counter. Only clear spot in sight, and at it, an older man with a wet, wandering eye sits neatly. I'll approach. Jean-Mi tilts his head. I didn't mean to be rude, please. And he bows a little. It's okay. He smiles warmly, almost bowing again as he punched his shoulders, accentuating the movement. Now, how are you feeling, sleeper? I am Jean-Michel. Though pleased to you, Jean-Mi. I work with machines. He sweeps a hand above the counter where you see configurations of tiny parts, mostly small ones. Not really doing great. Oh yeah. There's a lot of world building in this. Of course, he chops his hand to indicate a stool with a leg bar meant for perching beside his counter, and such is the clarity and persuasiveness of his movement that you obligingly sit. Your presence is a rare honor here. He smiles and looks down onto his lap. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. It's okay. Very kind of you to say. I can see your journey to me has not been easy. You track his eyes across your body, noticing the scuff marks on your thick, vinyl-like skin, the replacements and broken parts of your body, marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. Jean-Mi folds his hands over some other and places on them on the counter. I do not know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person, a being, a soul, as valid as any other. You look at Jean-Mi, his own age, wear also evident, a life of precise and careful work, shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. It is his turn to feel observed. I understand. You are kind. He looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a very tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, I would find that whenever I saw something that, how to say, was not working well, I was fixated on it and its repair. He tinkers with one of the parts, twisting them precisely. Of course, the belt is filled with all kinds of dysfunctional detail. And so I was busy for many years with these small things. He smiles, reminiscing. But now I find that when I'm interested in a thing that is not working as it should, he sharply twists one of the parts between his fingers. It is because I might have some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He releases the altered object into the air, where it balletically twists into a hypnotic display. The spinning top, whose movements are totally unpredictable. Jean-Mi smiles at you, watching his hypnotic toy. I can see that you're in a process of becoming, sleeper. He catches the spinning toy between his finger and thumb. Let me aid you in this. What do you mean? Jean-Mi's precise hands drop to a device around his neck. He deftly pulls a pair of goggles up to his face, masking his wet eyes. Hold still, sleeper. Something flickers inside the goggles. Their face blink. Jean-Mi's hands play across buttons and switches on the exterior, tuning focus. What are you doing? Jean-Mi holds up a single, stubby finger and continues the work. When the goggles are finally lowered, they reveal a look of concern on Jean-Mi's face. I think you better come inside. He kicks off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle and a small bulkhead door open beside the booth you had assumed was a rusted shut. Creaks. Oh. What? You hear a rattle and a small bulkhead door beside the booth you had assumed was rusted shut. Oh god. My dyslexia is terrible today. Jean-Mi beckons you inside. Jean-Mi's workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you enter, you are surrounded on all sides with netting, holding bundles and bundles of terminals, servers, drives, and cables. At its center, a padded seat and a set of articulated arms mounted with sensors and tools fill the space. The English. I don't know English. Seat, please. Jean-Mi gestures with a polite smile. What are you going to do? Not to worry. I only wish to examine you. It's not going to be intrusive. You tentatively settle on the seat, slipping your arms and feet onto the straps meant to keep you from floating out 0G. Yeah. Jean-Mi floats beside you. He looks across your body. There's damage here. I see that we will get to that. But I see something else here as well. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Is it this? Or this? Or like these two? Or like these things? I don't know what's going on. What is he talking about? Please, Sleeper, let's be frank with one another. Though I have never met a Sleeper, I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some material from SNR some time ago. The interest of my own endeavors. He begins arranging a series of sensors around you on articulated arms. You are pleasingly distinct from those materials. Am I right in thinking you've been modified? I rebooted myself. I see. So that your dependency on the stabilizer, on the immune receding portion of its makeup at least, has been broken. He gives you a precise look. That's not all. You are physically modified, not externally, but internally. He carefully positions the final sensor. Your tracker is disabled, which makes it impossible for SNR to find you. Congratulations. But this is not all. You've been modified, yes, but you're also being modified as we speak. You feel a strange claustrophobia as Jean-Mi's statement. Modified? Seraphim rebooted your system, ran the recoding protocol, but that shouldn't have physically changed you. It should have only removed your planned obsolescence. How? Jean-Mi goes to another terminal and flicks a switch. Through the back of the translucent screen, you see a nodal web on the vague shape of the sitting body. Your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. Jean-Mi goes silent as he taps at the terminal, the representation of our body, rotating and unfolding in settling emotions. What the fuck? How is this happening? That's a good question, that I'm not sure of. See here? He points at a flickering representation of your spine, tracing the line towards your head. Your nervous system is growing an additional modal point, here and here. Meanwhile, your emulation interface is growing an umbilical access port, though towards what end, I'm not sure. You instinctively reach back and touch the base of your head. As you do, the scan flickers and screeches with noise. You feel something there, growing under your thick vinyl skin. You can feel a lump, or is that just your imagination? You pick at it. Jean-Mi sighs and shuts off the terminal. The changes are partial, and in all honesty, the resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic, but for that, I would need... He goes over to look at a bunch of text and diagrams. Yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. An access jack I can build myself, but we need to bridge your emulation. Jean-Mi speaks quietly, almost to himself. A shit mind, of course another fucking shit mind. There's a shit mind, looking for a shit mind didn't severely screw me over in the last game. Everything went completely hunky-dory in the last game when I went out looking for a fucking ship mind, and here I am, looking for yet another fucking ship mine. It all comes full circle in the end. It all comes full circle. Really, this is hot? Just a catboy complaining while shirtless about a game. That's... Jean-Mi turns back to you. Yes, the prime ship mind is essential if you wish for further investigations to be done. I will need this above all. Sorry, Sleeper. Can't you tell me more? Accurately? No. It is clear that a process has begun, but has yet to complete. Jean-Mi busies himself with taking down the sensors and folding away to the articulated arms. As he does this, you try to calm yourself. You feel as you have worms under your skin, and it takes all your focus not to pick at the seams. Hell yeah, doubling up on the hotness. Next, we just need to add some cuteness. I'll probably, like, put some kind of cat hairpin on or something. Jean-Mi waits for you to fall still, then he leans back a little, relieving some of the strange intimacy in the moment. For now, our work is concluded. He meshes his fingers again and bows with a small head bob, but you are welcome anytime. Thank you. Of course. His manner seemed to have returned to something more businesslike, a humble man who knows his customers' needs. You get up from your seat, a little dazed, and push away to the passage. Safe travel, Sleeper, Jean-Mi says quietly, placing a promised list on your hand as he lets you back into the station. You leave dazed, unsure of how you feel with the inconsistence of this man's particular kindness. But most of all, haunted by the idea of your unseen processes that are running within you. Part of you does not wish to know anything further, to leave this place and never look back, and another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so that you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you must study yourself and find a way to continue. Oh damn, just straight into another dialogue. Okay. Seraphine comes to find you in the bunk. After Jean-Mi's assessment, you find yourself drifting back to the rig, in need of a familiarity and comfort of your own ship. Sleeper? He drifts in. You found an artificer? Explain. You tell him about Jean-Mi and how he offered you the repairs and ran an assessment of your frame. You describe the cramped booth and the articulated arms, the strangeness of seeing your own body anatomized upon the terminal screen. Then you tell him that your body is changing, growing in ways Jean-Mi cannot identify, that some process has started within you that you do not know where it will end. You mention umbilical ports and nodal points, trying your best to remember the details of things that Jean-Mi asked you to retrieve. Seraphine grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Lane, that piece of shit has to be behind this. We don't know that. I know it's Sleeper. A dark look crosses his face. I'm sure of it. Well, we'll get what you need. We'll find that ship mind. A bit of work here and there, and we can make the Helion Gate and wherever else. What about your stuff? We'll do that too. We're free, Sleeper. Nothing can stop us. Just say the word, okay? Don't give up on yourself just yet. Get up and get back to it. And with that, he turns and kicks off down the corridor, disappearing from sight. You wait a little while, staring into the stained ceiling of the bunks, letting the thoughts settle in your mind. And then when you are ready, you get up and leave dazed, but oh, dazed, but with a stony determination growing in your chest. That's a lot. That was a lot. I think that's a good place to end it. Dialogue is great because your voice says everything. Oh, thank you. You're cute. I need to sleep now. I got a appointment in fucking 5.5 hours. I need to sleep. You're cuter. No, you're cuter. Shut up. Fuck you. Alright. Good night. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If I decide to stream, who knows? It took me like 2 months to decide to stream, so let's hope I keep at it this time. But yeah. It's been fun talking to you. Good night.